Somebody tell me the answers. Me and you isn't the answer. Me and you isn't.
What is up, everybody? It is your boy Jojo. Welcome to Just a Vibe podcast. This is my second podcast with my brother. This guy, like day one, day one. Like you are. This guy is my day one.
Go ahead.
Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta? Why
Go ahead.
Why you gotta start the pod?
Say your intro. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
no.
I'm
I
crazy.
did the intro.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
That's the energy. Okay.
Okay.
Keep that energy up though.
I got that energy, bro.
Yeah,
Stay
yeah,
with
yeah.
that energy. Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, like
Let's
so
get
that
into it.
last podcast that we did, it was good. A little bit of a starter. Like you guys will see it though. Like we just talking our shit. We were just talking, you know.
Yeah.
And that's just usually like that's a little bit of a take as how we are as as brothers, which is crazy because like we talked about the last podcast that we weren't always the best of brothers, you know. Like I tried. Like my thought was like to be honest, like yeah, growing up like you know this, like I was bullied. You know what I mean? From the people that we called so like
I know.
like so.
I mean, we were both.
I was bullied, you know, as a kid,
Mhm.
and that wasn't like, which is crazy though, because so a lot of the problems that I face now are kind of like undoing. Yeah, it's kind of.
What do you mean by that?
A lot of the problems I have nowadays, it's like habits, or whether it be habits and old things I used to be, whether it be defensive or always having to like be one up,
I see.
comes from the arguments I had when I was younger and always
Yeah.
having to prove why I was good enough or, you know, if I was doing enough.
Yeah.
Right. So like at this moment I'm trying to really figure out, at least in this moment in time for my life, I'm trying to really figure out like how to undo what was wrong in my childhood.
Mhm.
Which is crazy because like you were actually a witness.
I wasn't.
Like you were
I
on the
was a
other
bully.
you were on the other side,
was
man.
a bully.
I was a one man army.
It was a one-man army.
You know, like they gave me shit and I was like I had to be like, well, you know what? You know, go suck it, you know? Like I had to be like that person.
I know, but you know how it is, man. You're a kid. You don't.
And
understand.
I didn't. This was instinct. Like I was definitely a crier for sure. Like I was a crier, but I couldn't let them see it. I could not let them see that I was internally like struggling. You know?
Damn. Now I'm thinking about it. I feel so bad.
Yeah, and
I can just imagine you.
bro, you should. Like I was so young. I was like,
But I was more of a crier than you were.
I know, but which is good because from the brother's perspective, as you were on their side, it was more like I'm glad that he's okay. Like they're not bullying him. Like, you know. And I'm figuring it now. Like one of my biggest like worries is you.
I know.
Which is why, like, I always tell you, like, I raised you, bro. I raised you because, to be honest, I always tried to instill some, you know, thoughts.
You helped raise me, okay? Let's not get a big head here, all right? You helped raise me.
I tried to instill some things.
Everyone
in you.
helps raise. It takes a village.
It takes a village. I tried to instill some things like, oh man, like I don't want him to feel like this, or for anybody else to treat him like this because I was treated like this.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
But
fair. I appreciate that.
yeah,
You
tough,
know that?
tough,
Much
tough.
love,
Yeah,
my brother.
yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, I cried a little bit. Think about it. It's just scarring, bro.
I know,
Like,
but that's life, bro.
Like-
you know, if you didn't go through that, where would you be now?
No,
you might even be a bum now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
strengthen you.
pretty like if you want to think about the good side, like I'm pretty glad that I built some like tenacity and built some mental fortitude.
Exactly.
But yeah,
You're
and that's
where you are.
and I am where I am now. When it's like I'm not one to like look back and be like, bro, they did this to me, bro. Like
know.
why? Like, you know, I'm gonna start acting like this.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's kind of just like learning experience, and everything is like learning experience for me. But one of the first things I kind of want to ask you though, like question by question, like you can ask me after this though, but like one of the first things I have to ask you is kind of, so to you, what did it mean being the bunso? So in Tagalog, bunso means like the youngest. It's the one that's babied the most. It's the youngest. It's the youngest of the bunch, and you're bunso.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, growing up and stuff, what did it mean to be bunso to you? Like,
What did it mean? I feel like I never really understood what it meant, like
Mhm.
growing up, being younger.
okay, if you need some help, I'll give you my first.
No, let me tell you, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I,
Let me
I
tell
don't know,
you.
man. This is me being kuya. This is me
but-
being kuya. You know.
No, for real though, like you know how like typical families, typical kids,
No,
like
tell
the
me about it.
youngest
Okay.
always get what they want.
Yeah.
Me, never got what I want.
You always got the hand-me-downs.
It was like a switch, you know, like most families, like most of what I hear
Yeah.
is like the youngest gets what they want, right?
Yeah.
But this guy over here always got what he wanted. So, I mean, I didn't like hate it. Like, I'm not like in any way like mad at like what happened. Like, I don't really care.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, we talked about it with Dad too. Like, we had that conversation. It's like the reason why he like gave me everything that I wanted, you know, in terms of like whatever he could, right?
Yeah.
Was because I'm his firstborn.
Yeah, exactly. I get it. Sure, I get it. Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't like. Why wouldn't you want to spoil your first kid? Like, it's your first kid. Right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what
So
are you
I
in the
get
world,
that.
even
I'm-
if you have nothing?
Yeah, exactly. I'm
right?
not hating like
Yeah.
at all. Like, you know
What
I'm
did
saying?
it?
But I mean, I feel like maybe I got like a lot of love, or maybe I was just super. Maybe just because of my temperament, like I was super accepting of the love. You know what I'm saying? That's why
Yeah.
I'm like a sweeter person than you are. You know what I'm saying?
Sweeter.
I'm a sweeter man.
That's true
Say
though.
that
That's
still.
still fun.
Yeah, but yeah,
That's
you know, sorry, you know, like I'm
loud
a,
that,
like,
loud that,
yeah, loud that fam,
loud that, fam.
No, but yeah,
What are you saying? What are you saying?
I'm like more chill, like when it comes to. I honestly feel like I'm more emotionally intelligent than you are.
You think so?
Yeah, I would say so. I would.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree. So
How would you like quantify it, put it in perspective? Like what were you doing?
I said quantify?
Quantify it.
Crazy.
Big words for a big man. You
Big
know?
word. No, just
Big man.
you know, like understanding people and being able to put your feet in other people's shoes.
Sympathy and empathy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. So you know, being sympathetic for other people, like I could definitely like not relate, but like kind of understand how people feel in terms of like, you know, any given situation, like this person's doing this, and you know, for you want to question why they're doing that, but like I can kind of get why they're doing that, but for
Okay.
you can't.
No, I
or
can't.
at least now you can. Before you could not.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Which
because
huge change for real.
I mean, the biggest thing was like I always had to think for myself. I mean, and this comes back to the childhood thing, because who was gonna help me other than me? So I better put myself forward.
True.
And like, cause like nobody was on my side.
True,
growing
true.
up. Like I think it definitely like it got to a breaking point where I had to tell like mom and all the other titas like, oh my god, like they're treating me so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
When was that?
This was when we were younger. Sorry.
Wait,
Bad
maybe I remember that. Actually.
Yeah, because it was one of those like I went to the wash and I started crying and like I was like I'm had enough of this shit.
Damn.
Yeah, no, like it was pretty bad. Like, but nobody, I didn't want anybody to know because I didn't want to be weak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
right.
one thing, right?
And then I finally told mom, and then when mom heard, and mom saw, she was like fuming,
Just furious.
you know. And that was one of the times I was so glad that like I had somebody on my side,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because like
For once.
for once, because for the longest time it was everyone against me.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that like I'm trying to undo, because like not everyone's against me, and I shouldn't be as defensive.
Yeah, I see.
Right.
I see where that.
You get what I'm saying though,
Where
right?
that came from. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Mm.
Yeah, you've been through a lot, man. Like thinking about it, you've been through
I
a
know,
lot.
and I'm
man.
glad that you didn't. Cause,
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, because it's tough. It's yeah.
It is tough.
But bringing it back to so what did it mean to have an older brother, have a kuya? You know.
I think it's always like, I don't think there was any, maybe in high school, like towards the end of high school, I kind of felt like super lost because I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I would say like throughout everything else, like, you know, like especially up till now, like I never really felt like, oh, you know what? I'm screwed. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I've always had some sort of like guidance.
Idea. Yeah. From who though?
From you.
From me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Because every experience that I've had, like you've already like
Experienced
or something similar
which
to
is
it.
crazy, because
Yeah.
I'd have these conversations with dad, and dad's like, he's experienced this stuff.
Exactly,
And then
yeah.
he's telling me, and then one of dad's biggest, I said this on another podcast, but one of dad's biggest, one of dad's biggest quotes is that I'm going to tell you this right now, and it might not apply to you right now, but you can put it in your pocket.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can put it in your pocket,
Yeah.
and you can use it for another situation
Exactly.
that happens. And yeah.
That's Dad's favorite saying, man.
Oh, our dad is a possum,
Take
man.
this with you right now. Listen, you could take this. Just put it in the back of your pocket. That's his favorite.
That's his favorite
That's his
line.
shit,
That's his
though.
favorite line. And I
I respect
appreciate
it.
that. No, you know?
Yeah. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm popular right now.
I mean, phone buzzing.
Okay. I actually have a question for you.
Yeah. Wait. Before that though, let me do my part though.
Okay.
Yeah.
My fault.
Let me get my
Go
let me
ahead,
get
go
my spot
ahead.
in. Yo,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Do your thing.
your
Do your
thing.
thing. All right. What you want to say?
Yeah, no, I mean, like my perspective, like I told you, like so that your bunso perspective, right?
Yeah.
And I guess, aside from like the bullying and stuff, I guess my perspective as being kuya was like, I always had to experience things first,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like molded me into that kind of person where no one else is gonna like experience these things before I am. So I need to be the one to experience it with a full head.
Yeah.
Like I can't be scared. I can't be, I can't be like scared to like fail or anything. I just have to do it because if I don't do it, no one's gonna help me to not do it. You know, only person that can help me is me.
Exactly.
Right. So being queer meant doing the thing I need to do, failing first if I needed to, and then telling, yo, Jana, bro, that shit happened to me.
Yeah.
That shit happened to me. Hey, don't let that shit happen to you.
Exactly.
And that's what, like, even now, like, I'm having to experience these things, like, and like how I go about money, relationship, family, friends. I feel like I always have to be the person to, not because I have to, but I want to be the person to give you a little bit of guidance and tell you, like, this is how you should be doing things. Like Dad said, put it in your pocket if it doesn't apply to you right now.
Yeah.
Right. And financially, like, if you ever need somebody, like, I need to be that person because, like, it's tough. No one's going to have our back. Even though you want it to be, life just kind of panned out that way, and I had to be that person.
Yeah, because we don't really have like family here. That's why
We don't have family here, and like
no cousins,
no cousin, no nothing, no relatives.
Unfortunately,
which is not a horrible thing because personality-wise, I think we mend with anybody. I think we're able to have a conversation and start a banter, quick type, shit.
I think that's having to do with like obviously moving around so much. I feel like you've talked about this already on your podcast.
I have talked about it.
Yeah, like moving around a lot really helped develop like social skills for me. And there was a time where like, how we talk about like, you've experienced everything, whatever. There's a time where I wasn't, or you weren't with me. There's a time where you and Dad like came here to Vancouver and I was just by myself.
Oh yeah, we were doing.
I was like alone, right?
Yeah.
So I was like alone, not with like you guys, and Mom was working a lot, but like I just had to do, just make friends, sure.
Yeah, make do.
Right? Like it's not, I don't even know. It wasn't that hard.
No,
I would say it wasn't that hard.
And it build personality,
exactly.
Build skills. We were able to like kind of like do that, and that wasn't because the thing is we moved so many times that we had no choice but to do that.
Exactly.
And that's just the way life kind of like put us.
Yep.
Right.
Just the way life pans out. That's why like even with your and I and mine, sorry, yours and my experience growing up.
Yeah.
Like it just shapes you, right? So it's not like the reason you are who you are now is because of that shit, good or bad, especially the bad.
Yeah.
Especially the bad.
I mean, it's tough though. Like I keep talking about it though. Like undoing the problems, like the childhood like conflicts that I had, and like how I acted back then. It's kind of surfacing up, and how I'm acting now, and I'm just really, really trying to like, especially with like the relationship portion too, like just really trying to undo it and not be that person I was when I was younger. Kind of trying to like. Sometimes it's hard to learn from those situations.
Yeah.
And it's so easier to kind of default back to the emotion that I was feeling back then.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But it just takes a little bit. It just takes some work.
Oh, 100%.
And you got that work.
And I'm not opposed to, putting in the work to do a little bit more.
Okay. Hold on. Sorry. So segue into a question I've been wanting to ask.
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
But this kind of connects to what you're talking about right now. But what is one trait or one thing that you think is dragging you back or stopping you from being, let's say, as successful as you want?
The habits.
Yeah. Let's say what kind of habits? Like what trait is the biggest thing that brings you?
So growing up, this is something that we really differ in, personality wise. It's the sympathy and empathy.
Okay.
Right, that you kind of you bring and I don't bring. When it comes to relationship and stuff, I am selfish.
Yeah.
I've always had the like tenacity of this like I was hard hard.
Stubborn is a big one, yeah.
Yeah, stubborn, hard to move. If I wanted it that way, no one can tell me. And part of the thing is because Dad was like, "Don't let anybody tell you can do anything."
I know.
So that kind of went, like a little bit into, why I act the way I act. But yeah, like I was stubborn. I didn't want anybody to stubborn, selfish. I put myself first.
Yeah.
I always needed to put myself first because if I didn't put myself first, no one was going to help me.
Exactly.
So that's kind of translating a little bit into like friendships, relationships, because I put myself first, what I want to do before others, because those emotions I had back then are resurfacing and I'm defaulting to this person who is, I got to put myself first.
Yeah.
You think that, bro? Stop. Like I got to put myself first. Like don't tell me what you want, And I'm kind of learning now, and I have to be someone who also understands where they're coming from. Don't be as defensive when you're having conversations with people. They're not actually meaning to, be against you, but they want, reconciliation, or to be like to, act as one, and like, for better words, But yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree.
Right.
I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah,
I know you, right? I mean, I asked that because I feel like I'm not going to call anybody out or anything, but even for myself, there's always one thing, maybe a couple things, sure, I don't know, but there's always something that really, like, someone could be super successful, but that one thing is just really dragging them back.
And that's normal, though, because no one's perfect,
Yeah, exactly.
I actually recently saw that, like somebody told me this, but like I told them I was a Pisces.
Is that what you are?
Yeah, I'm a Pisces.
Oh shit, I don't even know them.
I'm a Pisces, whatever. Yeah,
I don't know that shit.
And they're like, you're a big dreamer.
Facts.
And I was like,
I don't know, man. I don't know what I feel about that shit. Anyone can tell you anything. Like, I could put, like, shit, Pisces eat ass. I could put that shit on there, man. You would believe it? Oh, shit, I do eat ass. For real. Like, I can't believe that shit.
Pause. Yeah.
No, but yeah, I don't know, like, horoscopes and shit. Like, I don't know. But yeah, back on what you were saying, my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
I'm a Pisces. Pisces dream big.
Yeah, so, like, I'm a big dreamer, and
I would agree with that, though.
That stuck with me, because at the same time, like, being a dreamer does not mean you always execute the things you're going to do.
Exactly.
Being a dreamer means you want all these things, but, like, it's not that you're not willing to attain them, but they're not being attained right now. So why are you talking about it?
Exactly.
Right.
Like, you can dream big, but have no ethic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No work ethic.
Yeah.
And for you, yeah, sure. Like, that's a big thing for you. Or I know a couple of people, like, they'll start something. Like, oh, I really want to get into this. I really want to do this. Even myself, like, I do it too. Like, I'm guilty. Everyone's guilty.
No, for sure.
Like, I want to try something out. I want to do this thing. Oh, I want to build this project, do this project. And it's like, you do it for, like, let's say a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh, I'm not getting the results I want, or this is boring.
Yeah.
And then you just like, you know what? Never mind. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And then people ask, yo, are you doing that thing that you said you was doing? And then you're like,
no, that's. I mean, like,
exactly.
Even with this podcast, bro. Like,
I've been telling you to get on.
I know, man. And it's because like I'll do some podcasts with some people, and then I'll go over the tapes, and it's just like, man, this ain't the vision. This ain't the vision. This ain't what I'm looking at. Like, it's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And I get so wrapped up in my head that like that's not the vision, and then I just get to a state where I'm like, let's do another one.
Mm-hmm.
The next one we'll get it.
Yeah.
The next one we'll get it. I actually posted like maybe like five or six podcasts, and I actually have like I had 20 in the vault before the water damage happened.
Oh yeah.
I had 20 in the vault, something like that.
You had 20 pods?
Yeah, 15, 20, like
okay.
15, 20 like pods in the vault,
honestly.
And all gone.
That's a lot of content.
But then it was one of those like, I was still in the middle of editing it. I went over it, but I'm like that wasn't the one. So it's not finished yet. It's all unfinished stuff, and I guess what I'm trying to do now is actually like, now that I'm finished school and like money isn't really like the biggest issue, and education, like I'm already there, I'm done it. I'm just trying to really just get into a groove of actually doing this podcast. So that's why it's a bit easier with you too, because like You know me.
I know you.
I know you. It's like I'm talking to myself. Man, this is what I needed in a
real.
podcast. This is how I'm talking to
For real.
myself.
Yeah.
I might as well just do a solo podcast, but that's
Hey,
weird.
man. Solo, yes. I've seen a couple like solo podcasts.
I've seen.
I don't know where.
Sometimes
I
it
don't think
does.
works.
Like
Sometimes.
I've been listening to like David So.
Oh, does he do solos?
Yeah, he did some
Okay.
solos and stuff, and
Yeah.
like I like him.
David
Like
So.
he had a little music in the back,
Mhm.
It's like, and
Yeah.
then like he'd be
He
like
vibes.
talking like he's just vibing
Yeah.
himself, and it's just what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a story to tell.
Well,
You
I
want to
guess-
talk about it.
Yeah, he's a comedian and then a storyteller, sure.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then, storytellers, it's easy for them to
Mhm.
tell stories. Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Back to kind of like growing up and stuff, though, right? If there was anything you could change in our childhood, what would it be? And I know, it's more like, bro, like everything that we've done so far has gotten us to where we are now. You know.
What
Right.
would I change?
Yeah, what would you change?
Honestly, I don't want to say I would change like money because that really shaped, my person. But
Yeah.
maybe I would say I would change. You know what? I don't think I would change anything.
Really?
Yeah, like
I mean, everyone says that, but if there was something that you could pick,
there's something I would.
there
pick.
definitely
I don't
is
know.
something, like, sure, you could have said like we wish we had a bit more money, like,
Mhm.
right, or you could have been like, wish we didn't get bullied or something,
Yeah,
But
but
at the same time, like,
that's hard to say.
definitely shaped us, right?
I honestly, in our childhood or in just like life in general,
Life in general.
I would say I wish in like high school, I think it was the biggest thing for me. Like
Yeah.
I think high school, I wish I would have tried harder.
Tried harder. Do you think it would have got you somewhere else?
I think so, yeah.
But
Yeah.
do you not like where you are now?
I do, yeah.
Okay, but
I
like
do.
in terms of like knowledge,
Yeah,
did you need to prove something to anybody?
I always need to prove something.
No,
But-
yeah, you always got to prove
right?
something. Like,
right. But no, I don't think I think if I were to study more, I probably would have like realized, cuz everyone's got something they're good at, right?
yeah.
And I probably would have realized like like that I wasn't just an idiot in high school. Like
Yeah.
I probably seemed like the biggest idiot in high school.
I mean, like I talked about this too, but like the only
I'm
reason
still an idiot,
the only
actually.
reason I didn't try in high school I'm a decently smart person. I can take everything in and stuff, but and be able to like spit it out, but and regurgitate and understand it. But
Yeah.
I didn't try trying in high school or doing well in high school wasn't really equating to me doing better in life for me.
Exactly.
I always felt like I didn't even feel like it. Like if I did better now, what would it really get me?
Yeah.
More struggle,
No, for
like
real.
more. Like I would need to find something else to give me where I need to be. So I didn't really equate doing well in school to, I didn't have a reason to do it.
Yeah.
So like do well in school didn't equate to being super successful in life,
Mhm.
right? So
I
that's
agree.
right. Would you
Yeah.
agree?
I just I wanted to go to the NBA, that's why. No, bro, dead ass.
Hey,
Like,
man.
I was like,
You
I was
know-
I was straight. Like I was like up until like grade 9 or 10, I was like, yo, I'm going to the NBA.
Really?
Like, no, but I was trash.
I know, man. You didn't play your first year. Like,
Nah, I didn't play my
they put you-
first
They benched you.
2 years. I got benched.
Yeah,
for
and then
real.
you grew. You got better.
I got a little bit better. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I was still pretty low key. Looking back, I was still ass in high school. I don't know,
Mm.
but yeah, I
if
don't
there
know.
was anything you could change though.
I think I would have studied more. Like I low key would have maybe went to school, got maybe I don't think a better career because I like RMT. Like I like the flexibility. Right?
honestly, like
so
we
I don't
kind
know.
of like we talk about this a lot in RMT at the clinic and stuff when I work at, and they teach this too. It's more like it doesn't matter. It's not really about how you get there, but it's more about the result. You can
Yeah.
have a client that comes in and you could do A, B, C, D, but all that really matters is that they feel GOOD at the end. You know what I mean? You get me?
Yeah. I like that. Shit. Wow.
Yeah, talk to me. Talk
Wow,
to me. Talk
wow,
to me.
wow.
Talk to me.
Wow. That's crazy. That's,
That's what I'm
okay.
saying.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, but that's
No, that's true.
all that really matters is that they are like good at the end. Like it's
Mhm.
the result that matters, not how you got there. Because everyone has a different way of, perspective wise, getting
Yeah.
into a situation. They have this problem. There's different ways, man. Different ways of actually, hitting it. But really matters is what's happening in the end. You know, did they come out good? Are you actually
Yeah.
giving them the thing that they actually came in? You know, they requested to feel better. Did you actually make them feel better?
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Right.
Because, I think I hear of a lot of RMTs. They're like, or a lot of people that go to RMTs, they're like, oh, yeah, I came in for this and this. And then they just kept wanting to work on this.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know what they're fixing, but it didn't make me feel good.
Yeah.
Right. So I think the biggest thing, make the client feel good, but also try to tackle their issues at the same time. Right.
It's one of those
But
things.
that's life, though.
Yeah.
That's literally life.
Like, you have to do what you can because you're not going to do it the same way somebody else is going to do it.
Exactly.
Right. So if you take it the way you do it, you actually figure it out, you get them to the good place, and now that's your way.
Yeah.
Right.
It's true.
And that's not anybody else's, but that's your way because you figured that out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No, for real.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, Brad. Like, that was a good podcast.
Is that
Yeah, that's it, buddy. That's it. That's it.
Can't be it.
Oh, man. Yo, tune in again because we're going to do another one. Yeah. But thank you for listening. It is your boy, Jojo. It is your boy, Jojo. This is your boy, Jana. Yo, say goodbye.
It's fun being here.
And he said, yeah, okay, anyway. Bro, hurry, do better. You know what I mean?
Okay, on next one,
Okay.
I'll do better.
Okay, you'll be the next one. Okay,
All right.
yeah. It was, hey, man, this is Jojo. This was Jana. That was just a vibe. Thank you for listening. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, and appreciate it.
Please and thank you.
Peace.
Somebody tell me the answers. Me and you isn't the answer. Me and you isn't.